about carbon dioxide. Before this high for capital punishment, we'll go ahead and first of all, carbon. Then see if you look at that's not what the Shabbos either. To which the Gemara says, Rabbi says, no. Look the hay, see the look and carbon dioxide. The truth is, capital punishment shouldn't even be built on carbon dioxide from a capital. Now, what is this? The Rabbi wants to suggest that even if a Kohen is offering up private carbon, halacha l'maisa, capital punishment should not override the ability to do so. What the capital on the top 36a. By young Christians, like a big carbon, we set aside like personal carbons. Now, we're going to talk about this in the very deep today. The Rabbi is espousing that, which is that I love it even offer up private carbons. For example, again, we'll say for this, actually very important law, because the person comes to was in this problem, like this actually was so this way, so what happens?
Do not reflect the views, beliefs, thoughts, ideas, or opinions of anyone else on the panel or that of host co-host or anyone else in the audience. I do not hate Jews, and I don't think all Jews are bad. So I've been given the opportunity to listen, right? And we were given 2 years to learn. So listening is key. And I was listening to that guy, I won't say his name. Apparently, Catholic Church does vasectomies. I didn't know that, but and then he said they didn't. But on to this. I've been listening, and listening is all I do. I have to listen to guests complain all day. So I listen very carefully. And I've been fortunate to have a manager who's a pastor, right? He's a Christian pastor, and he's an Islamic. So I've been growing on and we've been talking, and we've been getting down to business, and he knows his stuff. And so essentially, this guy, Christianity, or Christian Zionism is the brick, and the radicalism is the hammer, and the builder is the Zionist Jews that are building their temples. And you see it happening now, where Christian Zionism has been used as a stepping stone by world Jewish denomination. And then you have radical Islam, and there's Wahhabi Salafist ideology for radicalism. To use it as a weapon against the enemies of the Zionist Jews. They took out Bashar al-Assad, they took out Muammar Gaddafi, now they got their sights set on Iran. And their best weapon is radical tech, radical Islamic terrorism, and Christian Zionists as their stepping stone to make it happen as they build their third temple and await the coming of their Moshiach, and who is going to be essentially the Antichrist. One world government, one world religion ran out of the New Jerusalem and Zion as its capital. And so, anybody trying to defend, bro, at this point, Christian Zionists, Christian Jews, Christians, they would essentially defang Christianity used to be, traditionally, culturally, and ideologically. So, and then now you see what's happening in Syria. Christians, Alawites, religious ethnic minorities are living under brutal oppression, ethnic cleansing, from the abductions and kidnapping, shit like that. So, one second.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next hand.
Take away from all of this. It's not the Shabbos.
So essentially, I don't want to say we're cooked, because we've been ringing the alarm for 2 years,
It's high capital punishment will take you from the base of but that's presupposing, as we see now, he has not yet started yet. If he's started in the middle, seems to be that we will let him finish, then pull him out to execute. He is engaged, but has not yet actually done. It's just an occasion. He's ready to go, but he has not yet actually begun. Then ultimately we'll pull him out to execute him like that. Incredible. All right, let's go back there. What's this number again? If you remember, the Mishnah said like this: when it comes to the game, when it's monetary law, so when we start telling the judges their opinions, we start with the greatest judge first, the most highly regarded judge first, get his opinion, then work your way to the we'll call it the regular capital. In capital cases, we start what's called in Hatzat. And Hatzat means from the side. The side means the lesser known judges, right? The lesser. The junior judges, right? The junior judges, we start from the first from PA to let's analyze. Somewhere up, Ana Habai Bimigana David. So Rav says like this, I was part of the days of Rebbe. I was part of the days of Rebbe. Sorry. Ana Habai Bimigana David. Ominoi he had a liberation. So listen to this. Rav said, I was part of the days of Rebbe. And in Dinei Mamanis, they always started with they always started right. They always asked my opinion first. The Gemara says, "Wow, but that doesn't make any sense." It says in the Mishnah that by Dinei Mamanis, we always start with the greatest of the judges, and Rav was not the greatest of the judges in Rebbe's court. So Amarava Breda who says something after the amazing was happening over here. Right? Do you understand like what just occurred over here? So the Mishnah says, when it comes to Dinei Mamanis, we always start with the greatest judge or the decision. Rav says, I sat on Rebbe's basement, and they always start with me for Dinei Mamanis. What is Rav essentially saying? Right? That the Mishnah, I guess the Mishnah is not always going to follow the Mishnah, because I am not the greatest judge on Rebbe's court. If I Dinei Mamanis, I'm not going to they always ask me my opinion first. I'll say there's a tremendous Mr. Haskell in life. In life, it's important to know what I am and what I'm not. And there is no shame in knowing what you're not. Sometimes we feel very inadequate when we acknowledge what we're not. Because we think like, it's like shameful. I should be everything. I should be this. I should be that. No person is everything. No person has Allah mindless. No person has all the qualities. No person has all the necessary skill sets. No person is everything. Is sometimes the most incredible thing and the path to self-actualization is not only to know what you are, but it's also to know what you're not. Because when I know what I'm not, I know what my weaknesses are, I know what my weaknesses are, and I know exactly where I need other people. Sometimes we like to put on the image that we're like full service. I'm a full service human being. Anything and everything that is needed, I can provide, but I can't. And none of us can. So there's such a profundity in this, right? Rav is saying, I know I'm a good guy, but I also know that absolute certainty, I am not the greatest person on Rebbe's basement. And that's okay. I don't have to be the greatest person on Rebbe's basement. I just have to be the greatest Rav. Rav has to be the greatest Rav. That's all. Praise him. We spend so much time trying to pretend that we are everything to everyone. But I can't do. Instead, know what I am, know what I'm not, and maximize that. Praise him till I'm gone. So let's put on a bit. Silence how we wrap this up. Praise him till I'm gone. Ready, shining praise him till I'm gone. Praise him till I'm gone. Ready, obviously, for the days of Rebbe. Like, the right thing say on the days of Rebbe. Right, ready. Yet, in all of the pieces of Rebbe only started from the junior judges. That's what he did. That was an exercise in Rebbe. Rashi says over here, Rebbe was exceedingly humble, and always started monetary cases with his free. That's why God says again, I sat by the feet and I walked when I saw it, he always started
I know I talked to his daddy. Say you're the man of the house. Now look out for your family. He has ordered my steps, gave me a sword with a crest, and gave down his trunk in case I get it.
He never found his don't be mad. In one place. Now, what is that? Rashi Let's start Moshe. What do you got, Moshe? Moshe really has a static terribly enough. Right? Has a static so the Moshe was a fella. On one hand, he was a rabbi, and he was a guy, right? He was I'm too busy making promises when I can't keep them. Time I slow this leg down to 100. I keep making the same mistake when I should be learning from it. I'm coming and it's probably gonna be bad for me. Nothing I can do is gonna be what it has to be. Wish I never bought the game I almost sold it.
I like that background of Bammy underscore Dre.TJ. Neil G. Neil G. Found him. Found him.
all of you, both Torah as well as Moshe, let me know what else happened. So Moshe, don't say it's very important. Like, what is it? What is it? So then you say, what it shows you from a leadership
Game of Thrones, easy never close. Eli, where my rappers? It's time to go home. They served us the pork since the day we was born. Anybody pissed off? Gotta make a drink of yours. I'm getting killed.
Right? Right? Something like yourself, you're guitar, right? You know, whatever you do, so again, hurt yourself with your son out here. Like, you know, that's the niggas lame, and you know it So he says, go ahead and put yourself inside the sword.
shit, Norm was 35?
He's younger than me.
Oh my God. That is crazy.
Which shows what water does. That's fucking crazy.
Water, peptides, and vitamins.
Yeah.
But like Kevin's average, you're talking about, they're like, I think Adams 45, Camden is 50, Rogan's obviously 50, 59. But Adam and Cam was like, dude, I've never felt physically, I've never felt better. Technology, like, raised a well, and all the stuff you can do now, like, usually when you get to their age and you're doing anything athletic, like, mentally you're so, like, you have all the experience, but your body, you just can't do anymore. But now, like, look at Tom Brady, maybe like 44?
Phil Rivers.
That guy's 58. Look at that old man right there.
I mean, you guys.
Yeah. But it's true. It's like,
You look like a 30-something-year-old at that age.
if I had such gray hair. Yeah. Rewind and die. Take a little break here. Let's talk about tracking your glucose and why people are starting to choose signals. You're like, what signals? Well, have you ever noticed that you're eating certain things, it makes you feel a certain way, and maybe you're gaining weight, you think you're eating right? That's why you gotta do it scientifically. You gotta do it backed by science. We're talking about signals, right? Because you gotta understand your body's reaction to food, stress, sleep, and movement. That's where signals comes into play, man. We got you guys. Signals pairs glucose monitor with AI to reveal how your unique body responds to food. So you can build eating habits that help you lose weight, keep it off, and feel great while managing your weight. Right? Learn which foods work for your unique body and metabolism. Not all of us are the same, man. Avoid holiday weight gain, build eating habits that support weight loss goals ahead of the new year. Don't wait for January 1. Get started right now. Get in the moment of lunch when your glucose is rising. Maybe eat white rice, a donut. You're like, whoa, this isn't good. We got you, man. Alright, get in the moment of lunch. Like I told you, when the glucose starts to pop in, you get personalized suggestions like, hey, man, take a walk. You just ate a pound of rice. We got you, man. So, Signals took the guesswork out of managing your weight and gave you guys personalized insights on how your body works with AI-powered apps, biosensors. Signals helps you guys build healthier habits, and it's easier to stick with them. So right now, Signals has an exclusive offer for the DFAT listeners. Go to Signals.com, that's Signos.com. Get 25% off great plans with the code FIGHTER. That's Signals.com, code FIGHTER for 25% off such plans. Signals. But when you think about it, like your body gives up, you have all the experience, all the knowledge, so they have to stop doing it. But now with technology, peptides, ways to well, shit like that, so working out, you keep going. Wait, we all work out, like we're always training. Like that keeps you physically different.
Oh, yeah. He looks like Obama.
And you're right, they got testosterone and all that shit. Yeah, there's so much shit you can do to slow it down.
How do you feel about those people, those transhumanists that want to live forever? That's fucking crazy.
I say good luck. Enjoy that.
Would you want to live forever?
I know how the movie ends. I don't know. I mean,
If you could.
I haven't. It's a, if I could make my kid. So the question when you say that is, I would say, who's me? You, motherfucker. Hey, you right now, Bubba, forever. Don't get all artistic on it. But I mean, like, when you say you, this physical boost with these emotions, these memories, that I can observe, you're you. You stop aging right now. Hey, dog on before you lose all those. You're trying to get philosophical. Hey, this is the fucking problem. Simple question, fun question. Would you want to be or not to be? Inside this flesh. Go see that comedy. My next special is called Is It Really Me? You mean me as in my experience, my optimal illusion? World
Sitting Indian style.
Usually I would let it ride on. Guys, I mean, honestly, I like it's so cool. You're just like, tired of all this shit. Like after a while, like, God, this is so fucking getting old. I'll tell you what, that's nothing fun. I can't even watching porn because it doesn't get me going. I've been alive too long. Great line. I don't even like it anymore. After a while, you get the thing where I've been there so often that I don't know, like I love my children, so yeah, I'd like to watch my kids, even hanging out, we're talking about traveling, when you're younger, like let's go to the farm, and you think of the restaurants, and you think of the new shit, you've been around a long time, I was talking to my dad about this, at 85, he goes like, buddy, let's jump off a cliff. I don't know, you're sick of it, traveling, like top of the studio, you start living through like your kids and shit, and I don't know, like I say, oh hey, come roll jiu-jitsu, or whatever it might be. A lot of it's like, I sing that song, right? Yeah, there's no. You've done a lot of the song. You've been there a lot. Even that's why I get why vampires go with the sun and like it's out there. Like, fuck it. Here's my thing. I guess, like, you know, 41, live forever. It's like, but I just keep doing this in a rap race. Like, I hustle, man. Like, I'm not, that's the thing. Like, I was talking about the guy from 6,000. Yeah, we're doing this fine. 8 episodes out here. No, but even the guy Archie Country, I was talking to him, Tyler, right? I was talking to him about it, and he, you know, he wants me to take care of his truck and stuff, or take him up, and we're talking, and I was like, I got you, and he's like, yeah, we're just talking about certain things, and he's like, yeah, because, you know, these guys are this, like, people think I'm like sad, man, like, we gotta work, and like, oh, but it's one of the most common misconceptions, like, oh, shop is set forever, you gotta put on muscle, you broke it, you know, it's like, no, hold on, I have to hustle, dude, like, you know, I have to do my thing, so my thing is, like, why are you living if you're just set? Because it's like that hustle's like waking up the passion things you want to do. So let's say someone took care of all those problems, but financially not motivated at all. I don't know. Like part of the hustle is it's what everyone does. If you get rid of that, don't get me wrong, sometimes I'm stressed, but you get rid of all those worries, there's no drive. No, it's like you ever meet a millionaire's kid? So the worst. Somebody's with drug addicts. My boy James Bashara said, he's so spiritual, he goes, you know, you can hit every goal you've set for yourself and create an incredible life for you and ruin your kid's life. That's the irony. If your kids have never flown commercial, that's a major handicap. It's a major problem. If they grow up with that much certainty and no worries, you better figure out what to do with that. Maybe try to join the Navy SEALs or the Marines. Try to do something that's just uncomfortable. If you grew up with nothing but comfort for that long, that story usually doesn't end. Usually in a rehab or something. It's also like, hey, a year ago, I was talking to my buddy Lex, I was like, man, you guys felt like a loser. I'm like, man, my other guys are set. And they go, hold on. Who's set? Who do you know who's set? Like, fucking Rogan, this guy, hold on. How old are they? I'm like, yeah, all right. He's like, no, hold on. You have this misconception that everyone's not hustling trying against me. Like, no, do you know what he goes? I bet you can't even name 3 people who can just stop what they're doing and they're fine for the rest of their life. Right? No. He's like, you work for a reason. And you want to set yourself up where you don't have to get say no to certain things, but they still have to work. I know there's so many people like that. We're not like everybody's like that. You gotta work. There are some people I know. I think 3 people, 4 people that can stop. But then what? What's that point? You have relationships, you got your friendships, you got your family. You're gonna wake up to that guy. You don't wait to call Brian. Like you gotta never do that. Even if we had the time, and I was like, "You want to grab coffee?" Cool. Can we go grab coffee? That 5 days a week. I guess we don't sit around and say, "Oh, we'll talk about the news." You know, my dad. You know, the best of the hustle is like, I'm calling like, I got this deal. Dude, like, dude, congrats. You tell me I'll do that. So this commercial, Nick, you know, I got past at the mothership. That's gonna fucking happen. It's like that stuff is what keeps you going. You know what I'm saying? Fight the common enemy, which is
like, will I make it or not?
But even like you've been past at the cellar, which might be the toughest place to get past in the world. So it's like when it comes to the mothership, like if you would have moved here, how long you been here?
Since July.
Since July, so not that long. But say you came in July, and in August you got past the mothership, you'd be like, oh cool man, yeah.
Well, dude, I was just talking
Like that's how
about
that. But you'll how you do that? I'm getting a little older, so I realize this. You're gonna appreciate so much more when you've kind of gotten to like, man, if I can make it, oh, the fuck am I doing? Why did I move out here? This is my no help. It's like all this shit.
I know almost out of anger, I knew tight 25 hits in the past like month and a half that I probably, if I would have just gotten, I might have just rested on my laurels and been like, oh, I have this material that I know kills every time, blah, blah, and just relaxed. But because I was like, nah, all right, fine, time to change things up. This new 25 is better than anything I've ever heard.
And that doesn't happen if you don't face that adversity. It's the same like when, like big girl has her issues with insurance and we have to get this thing and they don't cover that. It's a ton of money a month. I was like, oh fuck, I've been cruising for a while now. I gotta get back to the grind as far as creativity, just get on the hustle. I'm trying to put off the gas pedal, but it's interesting. That animal's your foot off in there, child. That animal's in there. We're fucking cooking, buddy.
Things move so fast in entertainment that if you take your foot off and don't pay attention, you don't even know how things work on the internet anymore. You don't know how the algorithm works.
This study on women, they asked the girls, what's the main thing you like your boyfriend to do?
And they were like, I wanted to stop playing video games and get it together.
Like, and I'm like, who are you dating? Like, what guy? That's a younger person thing, though, right?
But like, I wasn't that well out just either. Like, what young man is out there not trying to be significant?
There's a lot. There's the majority of the younger audience, but they'll say, I'm aware of them. But also, like, I don't have what? I have a different soul. I literally don't have there's no way. I don't have the fucking time.
Since I moved here, I wish I had the time. I see people, I know people, and I look at them and I watch them and I go, how are you not terrified of what the future is going to look like?
Because they're bunch of kids that stream on Twitch and that's where I'm trying to like that fuck.
I'm talking about kids that don't play video games and smoke weed all day, that are kind of like, I don't know, I would go crazy. I think that's why they probably have to smoke weed to just numb. Yes. Like you're probably like, hey, bro, you smoke weed. I panic. I'm like, oh, how am I gonna get through this? How am I gonna edit? How am I gonna fucking? I don't even. Yeah, my splurge smoke a car. No, I've never been. It's always given me a fucking motivation.
Anybody who tells you different.
I like. I do like the rush. I love you ever a weed guy. Were you ever a weed guy? Never a cigar guy. Cigarette guy. I thought I really enjoyed it.
There was a time in Austin where we decided to play this is like Texas Hill. Me and Brian just spoke at our olive party on top of this tower. How hard did I make it? Me and Brian were high. We were like on the balcony. And I was having our and we just fell over the side.
There are these girls there. They're just girls. And both of us are just kind of sitting there. There's like a lot of good-looking gals who are used to a lot of attention. And I was kind of, I was being silly. He was dying.
I thought I was and I was like laughing.
Should I say it was failed, but totally not failed, but failed. And he was dying. Because one of the gals, God bless her, wasn't the brightest thing in the world. She was like, what are you guys doing? And he was fun. That's her, dude. The last time I
shit that dog.
Yeah, you almost fell off the mountain. The last time I tried weed was the worst horror story that's ever happened to me. Because I went years without smoking. I can't say where I worked at the time, but I'll just say that I worked for the city. And I smoked with someone that was at my job. And they didn't just smoke regular weed. They smoked regular damn. You need a blowtorch, and you need like this. It's like a giant contraption, and I didn't know this, but every hit you take is like soaking a whole bunch of things. It's like a glue. Yeah, that's hash. No, it's different. They actually extract that from weed. It's like literally something you have to concentrate the weed until it extracts from the weed. Yeah. Can you look up hash? It's very different. This is a lot stronger than hash. Right? So I'm with the pad. I do, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I didn't know how strong it was. So I'm with them, and I take my first hit, and I didn't cough, so I'm like, maybe I didn't do it right. And he goes, you want another one? I was like, fuck it, throw another one. I go to take the second one, and the first one starts hitting as I'm letting out the smoke. And he's talking to me. And you ever seen Charlie Brown when the teacher's talking? I go, wow. I was looking at him, I go, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. And he goes, you have to go back. So I went back to my office, laid on top of my desk for like a good hour with my heart just pounding. And I look outside my window, and there's a guy running across the bridge, and he throws a bag and he throws a gun, and then I look, and there's 20 police officers running behind him.
Hey, where's that coming from?
Yes. So I hid underneath the bridge like an actual troll, and fucking not more than 5 minutes later, a helicopter is above us, and they go, get out from underneath the bridge. So I had to come out from underneath the bridge, walk upstairs, have a conversation with 5 police officers that I don't remember. I didn't look like a real fucking person. If you get that high, there's some issue, right? Like, well, so my buddy felt schizophrenic. Dude, I didn't know what was happening. And then after that day, I'm like, never again. So my buddy gave me fucking Chris Seaver. A friend of ours who's dying of brain.
Is this a fucking...
Subsequently died, but he was taking concentrated marijuana THC. Because THC in some cases can help, for whatever reason, keep tumor at bay for a little while. You get a little less of them. And Jimmy, not strange, not a big weed smoker, but man, he said, I put a fucking drop. I put a dot on my tongue. And he went into a seizure, like that. And he collapsed, and he was totally conscious, but he couldn't have no control over his body. And his girlfriend was like, oh my God, he's having a stroke. And she was like, I'm having a fucking stroke. So they bring him to the hospital. And the doctor said, yeah, he's overdosed on THC. And he's fine. He's going to be fine. But he said, dude, I couldn't talk. I couldn't move my arms. And he went into this arms like that. I mean, holy fuck.
What did your pop say? For supportive?
Yeah.
You talked like both of them?
I lucked out because my brother got into the arts way, because my whole family is all corrections officers and military and police officers. And then my brother graduated high school early because his band was so big that they ended up touring the world on band. Yeah, they were called Against the Current. They were called. Yeah, his brother does all.
Let me check these motherfucking comments, because y'all ain't finna be playing me, my nigga. Y'all ain't finna be. All right, 27. We can go harder than that. Come on, man. Repost this bitch. Let's run it up. I don't know what's going on. It's Thirsty Thursday. I could be out doing anything in the world right now, but you motherfuckers got me in here playing music. I'm gonna need y'all to turn the fuck up. Who got me? Y'all gonna turn the fuck up? I got one heart left. Y'all ain't right. Fuck it. I know what you're gonna need. I got something for when y'all get on this type of shit. Max, did you always say you be like, you don't like this shit? But like, look, y'all ain't finna play me like this. Y'all ain't finna play me like this. I got finna play my shit. Finna play my shit. Don't even trip. Y'all gonna be on that type of shit today? Don't even trip. I got a song like Ego.
What, the sound? He does the sound. So after years of like, if you go to their YouTube, like you could see that like their views are great. Like
He's in this band?
he was in that band for a long time. Then they signed a contract he didn't agree with, so now he's just like the he does the sound for Coldplay.
2.1 million subscribers. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, their videos get they were getting millions of views. Well, he's not in the news videos now,
bro.
but they're still getting millions of views.
So he does all the shit for Coldplay?
Yeah, so he does the sound. So like my brother already said,
Coldplay. That's such a big job.
yeah, and he said when anytime he's like you could bring friends and we go backstage and you know all that shit.
Just don't bring your side piece to the
My dad was at that show.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause that was the first time my dad got to see my brother at work.
So your brother's younger or older?
Younger,
Crushing it.
5 years younger than me.
Crushing it.
Yeah, so he was the first person to break the mold of like you could make money in the arts.
Yeah.
Like my dad still to this day is like, oh, why don't you get a firefighter job so you can get some benefits? But like you can't do that. Like you can't have if you have a fallback in this, you're fucked. You're never gonna make it. But with the weed thing, I remember actually I did try it one more time. I tried the pen version of that, and I was by myself in my basement apartment in the Bronx, and I kept on hitting it, and I was like, okay, this tastes good, and I kept on hitting it. I hit it so many times that I just freaked out and just started running, like I just left, and then I got like a mile down the road, and I went, I was in my house, where the fuck am I going? So I went back, but I was too high to cook, so all I had was just hard pasta, so I just ate a pound of rotini and just destroyed my mouth.
Yeah, well, it's not how you eat. I called the Poison Control Center, and then I called Artie Lang. He had to talk me down.
Artie Lang is the person. So
Yeah. Let's take a little break here, and we'll jump right back in the episode. This episode of Fighter and Kids brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. If I need anything for any one of my rigs, I always rely on O'Reilly Auto Parts at all times. I change my own oil. I get all my stuff there. I get my oil there. It always has the best prices. They have everything. When I'm changing the diesel oil on my 6.0, on my freaking 632, on my freaking 392, on my Demon, on the freaking TRX, on all my whips, I only rely on O'Reilly because they have everything in stock typically. If they don't, you find it local, super close to me, or it shows up the next day, they have everything, man. So whether you're a car rookie or an expert, you'll find the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are your one-stop shop for everything auto do-it-yourself. They have it all, man. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today. Visit them at O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter. They're simply the best.
Stream Blockbuster is like 21 Jump Street, Ted, The Expendables, and so much more on Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
Let's do this. Let's go.
here's how we're gonna do this. So we're all gonna be auditioning as commentators or as Bruce Buffer to be announcing the fighters' names. So I found some of the hardest names in upcoming fighters and known fighters, and you're gonna have to go. Each one you're gonna say in this corner.
So go ahead. You go first. You want me to go first? Go first.
And you're gonna say in this corner we have this person.
You get one shot at it. You get one shot at it, and you have to go all the way through without pauses. Try it. That's the fun of it. All right. First one, Zabit Magomed-Sharipov. This one. So
And in this corner.
in this corner, it's Sead Yukub Kakaramanov. That's Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Yeah.
Hamzat Shemaev.
Yeah.
Magomed Ankalaev. Mosar Ivalov. Oh, God.
You sound like
Bro, this
was when I was working at Fox. This is basically what they fucking did. Have you ever seen Evil Dead? It sounds like you're doing Necronomicon spells right now. That's what we're trying out. Go. Got Zimmerad, and Tableau. Halas, Zumagov. Shahid Nukbajuna. I'm going to turn to a Asian. That's just makes an alphabet. Say it. Vyacheslav Orjiv Ism Lucindo Rana Yarova Michelle Vieira Shabra Cabell Yondo San Brito. Nice job. That's not bad. Not bad. Let me try it. There's only one at the end of that thing. Fucking slippery on those fucking. What? That one Russian one? That second. That one on that second. Spell. Zabid Magomed Sharapov. Saeed Yakov. Hakramanov. Shakar Ragmarov. Hamza Shemaev. Hold up. Did you just get Hamza rolling out of all of them? You apologize. Yes. After the way that you say Afghanistan all the time, you should have fucking got it. Registration is Bazar Evlov. Gatsi Murat and Kulov. Zagas. What is it then? Halgas. Kulo. Chidi. Kwani. Chidi. Jakwani. Yes. Chidi Jakwani. That one. Vyacheslav Borshev. Nazim Lucindo. Verna Chanri. Verna Chanri. Damn. Verna Chandirova. Yeah, Verna Chandirova. Michelle Vieira. Ciao Bor. Ciao Borano. John Derson Lito. Hard, man. That's so hard to do.
This is brilliant.
Before I start, how do you look at your baby and go, this is a Zabit? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's just that Tower of Babel. That baby has cauliflower when it came out. It is strange. All right. Michelle David, starting it off. Zabit, Magomed Shapirov. Yeah, you just heard what this name. Terrible. Senyuka, God. Shavkat Rachmanov. The famous ones you can't kind of get. Hamza Chimaev. Yep. Magomed Ankalaev. Yep. Mosvar Evlov. The sound will give it to you. Gazi Maru Han. Antiklov. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yaglav Yamaglov. Sing it. That's all right. Sheedy. A line. We shall think about what he was talking every Tuesday. Every week. And Jokiani. Yeah, I would say, Sheedy and Jokiani. Think about what he was talking about. Sheedy. Yeah. Sheedy. Just the hardest one then. Okay.
He's not a happy camper today. When did this happen? I thought.
So the first command that Hashem gives to Adam to give her understanding is for the seven hard laws.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what
Dedication.
So Hashem is saying, in Hashem. Not explicitly to Hashem, but in Hashem is the only body. Sanyo, Ish, Kavalo, Kavana, Sakata. That's as if a man will curse Hashem, he will bear his sin. Not telling him, what is Hashem? And now we already learned, no give shame Hashem, no humans. Pasuk says, if you curse Hashem, he will die. If you shemar, no give shame, no humans. Yakalo, Yechai, Allah, Hashem, you might have thought the only time you curse the actual meaning of Hashem. Whereas the Yair Rabbos called the highway is Christ even. Other big things not punished by whom you are restricted names of Hashem. I was for example, I don't care if it's a good example. Right? I go and then no, these are all the speaking of Hashem. I don't know this. I don't know why you should call the company come up with the right answer. So it's something official in there. I may hold that up on myself. One is not going to be formed for God's Hashem. The primary name is Hashem, but you can fight for the secondary name of Hashem. Right there.
I usually
Hashem,
people
I mean, you can build on Hashem with the Nisa.
if you put like 500 to 1,000 bucks at a time, you know, you're making 50 to 100 bucks.
Yeah, I actually
Sometimes more.
let's have a little bit more of a different direction in this space. You know, I want to try. I want to have some chill, but I also want to have some conversations about this. Like, do you feel like? What do you feel like? Obviously, you know, there's some people that should not be gambling with big amounts, but the way I look at it, right, is the bigger the money you throw at the chart, right, the bigger your multiplier is, which is better for you to make more money, obviously. What do you think about that?
I think personally, risk ratio is pretty much what we're talking about, and like when it comes down to it, it's like let's say you have a 1 mil portfolio, right? You take freaking 1% of. I usually say 1% to 1% of.
It's only a Karen Ezra. It was right about the North Sea. It's only Jew, right? And a convert who are fighting the person specifically with Hashem. Only becomes not really interesting. Only becomes maybe kind of
Dude, try to do an impression.
very interesting. So on one hand, my focus in general about Jews. If they curse or secondary Hashem, so that could be there says yes, probably says no, and then just give enough information.
Coffee.
Jew will only be cited if he curses the primary name of Hashem, but if that Noah will be cited even if he curses one of these secondary names of Hashem. Very interesting. There, I can characterize that without the leg. What does every Mary do with his face?
What? Gag rabbit.
Says, Gerda Ezra Skila, Gerda Ezra Skila, only become the sign. Probably execute over the advice. So that you know, I would have thought holy Israel, I would have thought that since maybe a big Mohammed, I don't think they know how we didn't make Commission last week. That we should take the same definition as the Jew, i.e. Skila. Much more no, that whenever a gang rock is executed for some transgression, always receives the sight. It's talking about probably the other one. I can get job right out the way. But this would be not for her job. I want to see this phrase.
That sucks.
Just doesn't do shame. Doesn't name as well. Ish, what is the quiet phrase? Ish. Libra Torah, Colossian. Ultimately, the Torah is just these spells. I love the way that people speak. And also, I'll say there are 3 takeaways so far from this down. That's number 1. Construct the biblical lesson in which there is definitely it's going to be only first name of Hashem, name of Hashem. Which name of Hashem? So now we're going to say that the pastor, I don't know myself, maybe he's going to use the actual name of Hashem with A and above. No keeping no descriptors, descriptions, nothing else, just the actual name of the Rothschild. B'nai Noach, will be chayiv again for the last year as well. But interestingly enough, B'nai Noach will be chayiv, B'nai Noach will be chayiv, even if they curse any other nicknames or descriptive names within the explicitly furthermore, a Jew when he's chayiv for blasphemy will get skiba, but Noach ultimately will get sacked, will get banned. So again, let's not do the whole thing. Anytime that a bad Noach is going to be punished, it's always punished in CCC. Shem is a Sabbath. Yeah, Shem is number one is the Amshel system. Number two, number three, number four, immorality, violence. Number five, shooting, murder. Number six, Gezel, theft, and steal. Number seven, eat and cannot eat. You cannot eat or live off of a living animal. Okay, so those are Shem's is going on. Live on those 50, 60, so that's what's important. It's interesting because there's a little bit of my focus about what is that. Why is it Shem is also and I get very comfortable there. I've done also chayiv for eating blood eating animal. Okay, the Shikha says, Afala Sinus castration. Castration. I also have a question to see. They know arms about to castrate people or animals. Showing over Afala Kisha. She says they chayiv on sorcery. And you'll see over Chala Amr Bakashas Kisha. And you'll have post love. But Yossi says anything that's mentioned in the entire section of Kishuf, that Noah, ultimately in his fight for where it says, well, he wants to become Madrid to go leave of age, Kosim, but only in that age. The Kashik, the Cobra, the show, he's only very shalom Hasim, so he also these are only the types of Abba Bizarro that existed. Knowledge by those Eva, Hashem Alokach, Amorish, or something from that. And the Torah says, because the nations inhabited did all of these things, therefore I actually try to go and go into displace them. So you see here that they're displacing ultimately, like, yeah, they're lost. They're getting the result of their engagement with sorcerers, practices, but those are over Aval and Eli is talking about little drug
You think you know David's story?
What the fuck is this shit?
Leave no sale
What the
behind with
fuck
world's
is this
best
shit?
Checkout from Shopify. Say goodbye to abandoned
YouTube
carts
is the
and hello
worst.
to cha-chings and
Cha-ching?
So one says, they departed from the path, and I commanded them. So again, this is an admonition against Avodah Zarah. It's done by the ego, by the Golden Path. It's over here that Derech is also referred to. I'm sorry, by Hashem.
That shit's fucking like, I almost want you to play it for the space. You can see if it's appropriate to play. But
Bro, so that was I'm a little new, but
this is not the song. This is not the song. That was not the song.
yo, what is good, man, bro? This guy's up here in a lost account. He has no verification, and he has a locked account.
What is a locked account?
Go to his profile account.
What is that? Like, he's private?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, play. I guarantee you guys will get a kick out of this. It's custom.
It's custom. Was it AI made?
Homemade.
Homemade. Okay. Let me get the link real quick and send it to myself.
The funny shit that comes around in the fucking homies discords.
I'll tell you what, I just played the first 5 seconds that high end is crazy. That shit here's my ear. I had to download this shit.
Yeah, that's how I fucking follow it. I don't know how you can play it better. I could make a song called
No, but anyway, as we're going through, yeah, again, the guys, let's go, you know what? Well, you want to show anything? You want to start the show?
I mean, I would definitely just recommend everyone make sure you buy a bag of Aster. Have that shit locked in for like a 2 to 5 year play. Don't miss out on the next B&B, possibly Solana, you know, aka this Aster play. L1 is coming in Q1 of 26, which is fucking exciting. And if they actually build on it, which it's highly likely that they will, yeah, we could be looking at, you know, at a minimum $5 to like $10 one in the next year to possibly like 50 to 100, you know, depending. I mean, look what happened with Solana once Pump Fund integrated it, and let people build on it. Like within a year, went from a nothing burger to 250. So keep your eye on that one. You know, I'd like to see people have some solid bags here in the next year of that. And Bagworks is still looking good in my opinion. You know, kind of capitulated a little bit, but that's like how everything is with the market right now. Another token, I don't own any of this token, but I'm looking at it. I don't know if anyone wants to check this out, but Boxable, the CEO of Boxable, brand. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but they're like a company that's creating like houses that are super economically like priced and that you can just like plug and play and kind of Lego together. But the CEO put a coin out called Boxable. Launched it about 9 days ago. It's at 2.3 million. He was the CEO of Boxable, so it's kind of interesting. Maybe check a look at that. I'm thinking about buying some.
What's Boxable about?
I'm not really too sure. I just know it's the CEO of Boxable that started the brand, or started the coin, and it's for his brand in Boxable. So I don't know how they're planning on integrating it, but it's like only 2 mil right now. And, I mean, it's just another retail brand, just like Look, you know, another retailer, which is technically the next Meta. If you look at what Coinbase integrated today, they integrated Shopify and all kinds of different payment. Coinbase, yeah, so they're really going on with the retail market. So I would say keep an eye on this Boxable token, keep an eye on Look. Those are both two retail tokens that are with actual legit brands. You know, Look has ALO, which ALO has 20% of the internet market share across the world, which is bullish as fuck. And they also own Pornhub, which gets $4 billion alone, right? And if they integrate it fully into their platform, if you take 4 billion people looking at Look on Pornhub, right? Let's just say they look at it. The metrics that these businesses take is they take usually 1%, right, for like advertisement for the conversion rates. But if we just take 1% of 1% of that 4 billion, that's 400,000. Let's say that 400,000 people actually buy $200 worth, or even just a soul. Let's say $200 worth, right? That's not unrealistic for what some of these guys are spending actually on porn and all their shit. And that would be 51 mil back into the charts, and that would put us at 1.2 to 1.4 billion. So like $1.20 to $1.04 depending. But that could possibly happen, you know, in just a month's time if Pornhub really pushes Look like how they've talked about doing. And what I've heard from the big guys
Yo,
who
what
are
up?
connected with the owner
So in other words, there was a concept of establishing a judicial system that was always part of Noachic law, but the details of it, right, the specific framework that was given at Marahiyahi by Bahosif. That's hardship is going to go up. They were given the obligation to establish a judicial system. They were given the obligation to establish a basin in every city And you go back literally in every neighborhood, in every city. Every city. Local Batei Din. Local Batei Din. I have in New York, or in New York, not obligated to do that already. Hani Shimshon Nabi Shalom Hoship, but they didn't come back from every year. Catholic Sabbath, Hoship, but they didn't come back every year. That's not true. It was the same way that Jews were obligated to go ahead and make what they did in every city and in every locality city. So today, Amrava, High Kana, the national, the Mafet, Dach, the Ayom Sach. Right? So this Kana has a different meaning as to what the Shemitah Noach was. He takes out Dach. Dach is demon, and Birkas Hashem establishes a judicial system, and blasphemy. And instead he adds in Sach, which is Sirus, castration, and Vav for Kilai. So this Hana has a different meaning as to what comprised the original Shabbat of Noach. He actually holds that in the establishment of judicial systems was not part of the original sex. Therefore, so this is something that probably saw the first time in Mark is Hana, the baby Nasha, Sheva Mitzvos, Sheva Mitzvos B'nei Noach, Sheva Mitzvos B'nei Noach, Zara, Gira Raios, Shivas Nine, Gezel Be'edom Elachai, Sivas V'Kimim. So this is the thing that B'nei Nasha, right? So in Shiva Nasha, they had a different thing with Sheva Mitzvos B'nei Noach. There's 7 purposes of God. We are 5, and they create this 2. So whereas the primary thing said that the Jewish Noach was established a judicial system of blasphemy, the Shiva Nasha, they took it out. That blasphemy, they could take out blasphemy and judicial system instead of replace it with Sirus, castration, and Jalali, and grafting. Again, like so again. So stop over for today. We're going to pick up tomorrow with a beautiful thing about show. Sorry again, I want to person name. Sorry for blasphemy and cancellation this morning with a live share. But thank you for the opportunity. As well as all of you, we should have a great day. All right. Hello, say good morning. Good morning. Welcome to an incredible source. To be able to continue in our journey of Sanhedrin, begin by thanking all of our sponsors for this morning's share today. Our annual Talmud Torah sponsor. Our annual Talmud Torah sponsor for Tavshin Tehei. The Vilsa Mishpacha. We're dedicating all the Shuvah Trushes this year in the schools of the Saros Kavos for Am Yisrael. Our Talmud Torah sponsors for the month of Adar. Habab in the Tova, Karim Stevens, Bobby Maria Paris, Dr. Harry Khan, Speed, Herschel, Ben Yosef Hakoy, on the occasion of his 12th yard site in our story. And the Ziv of Levin and Berman families in memory of Mr. William Ziv, Zev Shmuel, Ben Yisrael, Zebul Racha, Yelta, and Merit Rat, Tamadora, all of the Neshamas Hamarabia, the families in the Hamar, all of those who leader for Shabbat, the Kol Cholei, so they have control for them should be home. All of our hostages, and they are hoping so to be successful. The whole Maaseh Yidei. Well, so that let us begin with a lot to pray about Hashem. Today's daf is Ayin Zayin 77. We are picking up on Ayin Vav of the 7 12 lines down from the top. Kanravana. It's a really beautiful thing today. Kanravana. The person who loves his neighbors, and goes ahead and brings his relatives close. The Hanose is Bas Afosa, and he marries his niece. He marries his sister's daughter. Valmalva Salvador shuts the coat, and he lends money to a poor person at a time that the other is struggling. Allah comes over as Tikra Vashem Yada. When you call out, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will answer. We say, I really agree with so many times that we go through life and we're wondering what exactly is like the recipe for success, right? What do I want more than anything? I want to know that when I reach out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? I want to know that when I meet somebody that Ibogo Shalom is going to be there. So what kind of person do I need to be? What is it that I need to be in order to have responsiveness? Right? Responsiveness is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu, right? What is it that I need to do in order to make sure that
I got sky miles to the doghouse. I mean, if anybody wants to stay at the doghouse in my court, nigga, I can count this thing. Okay, just Give me your first and last name, what station you in, I can count this thing for sure. For sure, I can get you in there. Rabbi Rothschild, let me see what the fuck. I don't know, man. Your page kind of crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say something about that. I didn't know.
This page seems like it's kind of crazy. Hey, man, you got some shit. I don't know, man. This thing is different.
Rick, you see the text I sent you? That shit was funny.
You are an agreeable person. I know it's about something.
Make sure you look at the price too.
That's a good move, man.
What up, Neil?
Yeah, bro, that's your science is working, bro. The kind of shit you want to see.
Yeah, bro, definitely learned a lot from it. Like I said, if it wasn't for MC and Big Bobo taking that time, I would have never understood the shit at all. I was just hopping forever. That's all I ever did was fly home. So, if it really wasn't for MC and Bobo, like taking the time to show me how to properly read a book so I could understand what was happening, I would never be able to do this shit, bro.
Yeah, but that's the thing, bro. That's why it's important to do that, because if someone already knows this shit, it makes the most sense to teach other people how to do it as well. Especially if you're in like community, whatever. Because then you don't have to be the one that just keeps doing it. Like that's exactly what we did with like sniper school and shit. You start off, give everybody instructions, certain people pick up on it faster than others, and if they got the information for free, they end up to pay for it. It's not like you signed up for a college course and this motherfucker's failing. You don't want to waste your time with them because you paid to be in here, and so did they. So if they're failing, you don't want to help them. But if you got the shit for free, then you just help other people. No, Mal can teach you fucking TA, how to read order books, how to put long and short in, when to do it, and I don't have to. Yep.
It's good to know. It's good not to always have to have.
No, I'm not like taking on trends. You can listen to like you know,
sometimes get into the other.
Oh yeah, bro. People actually just held in that first space when I saw the steps of hell for that day, and I was like, oh, if I had a dollar at that point, I would have left that motherfucker. I had kind of shit, but people had just left it in the whole time. Maybe up like 20,000% right now. Like, oh, that's all. So, the after when they be up close to 30,000. So, yeah, it's kind of funny that, you know, people don't listen because, you know, they believe that if you don't have a check mark, you don't have like 1,000 followers, you know what you're fucking talking about. But, like, clearly you can see, like, it's more like how to the ones who actually know what the fuck they're talking about, because they're the ones who are actually dropping actual true alpha, like technical analysis of why it's used, why it's happening, and then you go look at like what the fucking KOLs post on their timeline. It doesn't even make fucking logical sense. They're like just thinking out loud. They're like, where the fuck did you get this information where you just assume this price is never gonna go back to this other price? So I would just troll them at that. Where are you getting your information from data receipt? They're like, one of the biggest Aster people, they're talking about Aster, which is fucking insane to me, because they're talking about something they're fucking important. But we go through the training emails, they're fucking acts like they're worse than my 5-year-old or my 6-year-old coming in and learning how to do scratch. Like, that's how bad it is. Yeah, these fuckers are being like reported and cheered on and shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you actually doing in this space? And how are you contributing to make people better traders, better investors, or even more educated financially on how to utilize this shit? They don't do any of it. They drop CAs, they tell you this or that. Did you open a long and shorts? You're doing the opposite of what they're telling you to do. So they can fucking rack it down on top of your fucking head. And if you cry out like you're no longer because you know, well, motherfucker, if you would set up people sabotage, you wouldn't be crying and being taken like little bumps and bruises, but they wouldn't be getting smacked around like there's some dirty ass bitch. And it's just the truth of that.
Why should I give it away? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I just look. This is what I got. They told you who they was. they technically came clean and told you who they were. They said there's no crying at the casino. Okay? They let you know. It's a casino. The house is stacked against you. To me, it's like, bro, I always had it like, I don't like doing what motherfuckers tell me to do. And that's probably the reason I'm not the best trainer myself, you know, because something just makes me want to do the opposite of what you said. If you like that, you can't go over there. I'm going over there because I got to figure out what I can go over there. Like, you know, and that's been me my whole life. You know, don't do that. Nigga, I did it. You know what I mean? And look, it led to Gris being really good at running fades. Okay? And let me get, that's how I'm a fade max. If there's anything I'm a KOL in, it's running a good fade. I'll tell you that right now. Now, I ain't saying I'm going to win them all, but I'll tell you, look, it's going to be a hell of a Royal Rumble. But yeah, man, like, I really don't think people understand doing your own research. I think people think doing their own research is literally going to, like, the nearest KOL page, like, which is some scary shit. That's some scary shit. Like, bro, I did some research. Did you see what Grits posted? Nigga. If you see me post some shit, guys. If you see me posting something, just know it's risky as hell, y'all. Like, even in the scamming groups, y'all know, bruh, I told y'all not to buy a drum. I was like, alright, buy that shit. Buy it at your own risk. I told y'all not to do it.
That's the last thing you posted, too.
Exactly, bro.
Put some respect on it.
Hey, look, my last fucking post was like a 3 million X, nigga. Some crazy shit. I don't even know how many X's. I'm just saying, like, I know I turned $20 into like a few bands, a few Rackianas, okay? $20, I looked up and that shit was like $8,000. I was like, nigga, I'm done. Okay, there's never gonna be a better day. I'm sorry, I will take this. I don't give a fuck what I could have had. I'm not even. Nigga, this ain't. I'm 20. That shit went up so quick, I couldn't even sell it at the 20%. Okay? In fact, my auto sale of 60%, it couldn't even catch the sale, nigga. Like, that shit went up so crazy, I couldn't even. My box was fucked. I had to literally send that shit. I had to go on Phantom and sell it because all the triggers was fucked up. And then, you know, Telegram be tweaking, too many transactions, too many messages per minute type of shit. It was, look, that shit went up so fast, I tried to get out up $80. $80, guys. So, I mean, and that's another part of it. When we train, we don't realize the value of what we train with. Right? Some of y'all looking at token counts. Some of y'all looking like, all right, I'm gonna put $10 in this shit. Well, let me tell you something. If you turn $10 to $30, nigga, you win it. Sale, man. You only had $10 to trade with. You up big. If you got $10 and that shit $15, buy me a sale, man. That's me. I'm not the nigga that's gonna win. I had a conversation with Ben the other day. I was like, bro, I can trade with $1,000 nonstop, and I probably will never see $1,000 go to like 200K. Like, that's never gonna be some shit I'm gonna ever see. For sure, that's way too many X's. And I know how hard it is to make money. I'm selling that shit, man. I'm sorry. So if you see these scales, I was trying to pump some shit, bro, you up 20%. Sell that shit, man. If that's the way you trade by listening to other people, when you up selling properly, I really didn't realize when people were saying the hardest thing to do when you trade crypto is to sell. That's literally the hardest fucking. Anybody can find a token and lose money. That's easy.
Okay? Selling when it's red, easy. Loaning people money, easy. Buying something, watching it going up 200%, watching it go down 200%. Selling when it's nothing, easy. What's that shit? Soul fucking, when you soul incinerator, what the fuck is that shit? Claim your soul on that shit easy. Hey fam, look, if you ever, it's different when you realize when you gotta go to claim your soul, that means you done fucked up trading. You done fucked up the church's money. If you on the claim your soul page, you done fucked up the church's money. If your trading skills get to the point, this is another piece of advice. If your trading skills get to the point where you like, oh damn man, I need to go to claim my soul, nigga, hang it up, put the jersey up, bro. Put the jersey in the rafters, bro. Start buying like the big thing, bro. Like just buy the top 10 crib, like nigga. You so good. And that's a harsh reality to realize. But bro, if you get to the point where you like claim it, and you ain't had no win, if you get a win, that's different. But if you ever had you put $8,000 in, ain't won nothing, and you like, man, it's claiming my soul time, bro. I need a couple of jingles back. You fucked up, bro. You ain't been listening to nobody. Your ass been out here on a straight road mission, shooting from the hip. You the one nigga in the hood that everybody, you ain't even got no game to go to. Everybody trying to kill you. It's just, you rogue, bro. You rogue. I can't even say what up to you at the gas station, because niggas gonna think we on me, now they on my ass, right? So like, they claim your soul, that's humbling. And I only know this because I've been there a few times. Okay, don't get the game fucked up. Like I've been there a few times because I've been on the. God damn it! God damn it! Okay, I got to claim my soul, man. Let me clear out this buck. Trading ball, cool. This trading ball finna give me a quick $50. What's the first thing you go? You go to that fucking. You go to that pump fund screen where you looking at all of that. The fucking GMG, you seeing all the new coins created, you think you got one. Yes, don't use no form of discipline. Throw the whole 50 in there, and it's gone. Now you ready to beat up everybody in your household. Now you ready to beat everybody else. If that might be a fucking wasted piece of pasta, you can yell at your wife. You get in the car, you gotta have to take gas. Why they don't food? You just mad. Like, the bad dream discipline, man. I think we all been there. I know I've been there. I got a hole in the wall to show I've been there. That thing I'm getting drywall so the hole still ain't there, but I'm just saying. Like, I've been there, guys. You know.
Kill someone.
Like if you ain't crashing out about something, just saying. How you really living? How you really living? If you ain't crashed out once, are you excited about anything? You gotta crash out at least once. MC, man, what's something you're excited you crashed out about? Give me one thing you didn't crash out about. Your ass calm as fuck. I gotta hear something. One thing you didn't crash out about, MC. Come on. Come on, MC. I'll take it. In general, whatever you got, I'll give it.
However, it does.
There are a bunch of things that I crash out about. Just don't know how much detail I want to go into. Or the crash out that I am relatively calm. So if I crash out through extremely severe for most people, it gets bad. There's one other thing about that guy's Dora. See what I mean? That's why I really want to talk about crash outs, because some of the people in the community were there for one of the crash outs. Alright, so it wasn't anything too crazy, right? Well, it actually turned that way. It was something simple at first, right? It was with a DoorDash order. I ordered some food. It was something that I really wanted, right? You know what I mean? With like lobster and shit like that, or chicken nuggets. So wasn't too good. But it was this shit where it's, I forget what the fuck it was. It's happened a couple times, but this one time on Discord, I think it was either burgers or it was lobster mac and cheese, I think it was. Let's just go with lobster mac and cheese, right? So it's like one restaurant, and they're only open like 3 days out of the week. So I ordered the shit on DoorDash. And it's like right at the time, right before they're about to close. So like you got a small window, you just order it. So I make the order. And I'm fucking delivery and shit like that. I go to check, shit says it's delivered. I'm like, alright, bet, it's fucking good. Go look outside the door, ain't nothing fucking there. But you still get like that 20, 25-minute window where you can still contact like your DoorDash driver. This is why to this day I refuse to use DoorDash, probably because I might be banned from it, but regardless. So I contact the person from DoorDash. And I was like, yo, my food's not here. Like, where'd you drop it off at? They're like, I dropped it off the address that was there. I'm like, okay. You mind telling me what the address is because you didn't send a photo. So if there's a photo, I'd be able to tell when you're out there like the neighbor's house. Because I wasn't able to take a photo because I didn't have service. And then first thing that goes in my mind is, what the fuck did you just say? Like you couldn't take a photo, you didn't have what kind of camera is built into your device, right? So anyway, he sent me the address, like a screenshot on his phone where he delivered that. I'm like, hey, but it's not my house. It's like a half mile from my house. So he responded, apologies, blah, 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 whatever. This is the address that it's at. This is through like text. Or like, this is the address where it's like, I did DoorDash because I don't want to have to go and pick up my own fucking food. Like, where you get this, the address is at? Like, I'm supposed to go and pick it up. Like, no, that's your job. That's why you got a $10 tip. So I call him, right? Call his phone. He picks up. I was like, you may want to do your job before I just revoke the entire order and say it wasn't delivered so that you don't get the tip. Then you go and pick my order up, drop it off at my house. I'll give you my address. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I can do that for you. It's not an issue. I'm not that far away. I'll be there in like 20 minutes. Okay. Wait at my house for like 40 minutes. There ain't no food there. But that's not his number saved, right? So I call him. This shit instantly goes to this user is not available shit, right? Let me block my number. So I decided in order to find out exactly where he was, even if my number was blocked. So long and the short of it, I really wanted this food. Obviously, this sucks as a recorded space. But anyway, I found out where he lived. And I went to go see if he had my order. There's a location that he sent to me after not delivering it and blocking my phone number. I drove to that address, knocked on their door. They had no food delivery. No food was ever there. Which is probably why I never got this confirmation through the camera, because his internet didn't work or some bullshit. So it pissed me off even more that I had to leave my house to go and find my food that wasn't even there. So I was lied to by the DoorDash guy. And it was a food I really wanted. So I showed up to his house. Vehicle was there. Through the front door. He's got like that half glass, like partition thing, like waist height.
Creep.
And I could see the restaurant's bag of my food inside his house. But his door was locked, but that wasn't a problem with how mad that I was. So I went to go and get my food. I had some words with him. He wasn't able to talk. After I started talking, I don't know what happened, but I left with my food. So, that was the time when I crashed out. And crashed his door, and he's taking it over his back.
That is not crashing out, bro. That's completely. That's not what I'm.
That's me crashing out.
MC, you want to fuck this man's whole life up over DoorDash or again? That's not crash out. That's what you.
It was
monster rockets. And now this is a hypothetical story. I'm saying hypothetically,
Finding out that they adopted the return, it lied to me. Twice.
bro, that's fuck around and find out it is fine. That is not. I don't know if that's considered crash out. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Okay, look.
He lied to me twice over 35 hours. Assuming I've never met Willie.
So if you, let me ask you this: if I shoot somebody, is that crashing out?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I crash out. Leave more than people myself crash for. What about if I like run the fade? Maybe the next will run the fade. That's crashing out too.
Yeah, crashing out is when you get to the point of where you're doing something that's irrational.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, my definition of crash out, you got definition of crash out. That's two different definitions, okay? I'm thinking, when I say crash out, I'm like, you just get upset and rage, okay? I didn't know we was counting all the times we fucked somebody up because they was fucking around, okay? Goddamn, see it, the sun was fucked down, Mr. Cone, this dude.
Yeah, don't come, and I'm not. My levels are like a light switch.
Somebody send this dude some sage. He needs sage. He needs to smudge that shit.
What up, Zoot?
Rabbi,
What up?
did you know that the flipper dolphin committed suicide? The dolphin that played committed suicide?
Yeah, I heard that.
What do you think the most suicidal animal is?
Man, I don't fucking know. What kind of question is that?
I don't know. What animal? If you came back as an animal, right? What animal would you be the most pissed that you came back as?
God, I live in reality, my man. I don't know what.
No, but if I came back as a dolphin, I'd be like, fuck this shit, I want to walk again.
Okay, I mean, swimming's not that bad.
Swimming's not that bad.
The Earth is 2/3 water. There are more places to swim than there are to walk.
More places to swim than there are to walk.
Correct.
So, I knew this guy that I went to school with, right? And he smoked DMT one day, and he said that he lived for about 10 years. And the trip, it felt like he was living there for about 10 years as a tiger. He said that he smoked it even though that it was only like 10, 15 minutes that went by in real time. He said that he lived another life as a tiger.
That's pretty baller.
That's pretty cool. And he swears that like it was like 10 years went by while he was a tiger.
I could see that.
If you came back, what animal would you want to be?
Yeah, being a human's probably, I think, probably the best. I like being a human.
Nah.
Alright. Well, maybe a seahorse, because they like,
Seahorse?
yeah, because they give birth, and it'd be pretty baller to be able to have like, no, they don't. They fuck. They're the ones who fuck, and then they fuck, and then they transfer the eggs into themselves, and then they give birth to like a bunch of little seahorses.
Do you know how clownfish are bred as well?
How are clownfish bred, big dog?
The most
dominant male becomes after the female clownfish dies, the most dominant male becomes the female.
And then they fuck
The
it.
hermaphrodite. Yeah. Right?
And then they fuck it.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
I don't know. Imagine if that was like humans. It was. Imagine a transgender clownfish that just wants to be the dominant one, but they can't. They're not dominant, so they don't get fucked.
Dude, I don't know what goes through your mind sometimes, my man.
Rabbi,
What up, big dog?
imagine there's an alien species out there that's like bred like clownfish and they're as intelligent as humans. Do you think that would be a happy species?
I don't know, man.
Sorry?
I don't know, man.
I think that would be a happy species.
Okay.
Do you think humans are a happy species?
Some of us are, some of us are not.
What would make you happy?
Going viral.
What?
Going viral.
Is that your life ambition to go viral?
No, I've got a lot more ambitions than that. It's just the catalyst to making a lot of them come true.
Do you think you have narcissistic traits?
I think we all do.
I think you do. I think there's a deep desire for you to want to be famous.
Dude, I could give a
Did
shit
you wanna
about
be a
getting
model?
famous. I just want the power that it will give me. I actually very much enjoy anonymity.
Me too. But I want to be famous after I'm dead.
Okay.
Who's someone that became famous after they died?
Oh, that's a good question. Like, I don't know how famous Betsy Ross was. Well, like Nikola Tesla, he had some anonymity while he was alive, and generally became much more famous after he died. I mean, many of the rabbis I know from the past, they led lives of limited popularity within maybe a community or just a small area, but as their teachings were spread, they become very famous. I would say that there are perhaps people of, I mean, it depends how you define fame. Like publicity, like publicized, like in a paper or on television or radio or something, is different than people knowing you around you. So it depends, but I gave you some examples. Nikola Tesla, perhaps Betsy Ross. I don't know how famous Betsy Ross was in like the late 18th century, but like today she's pretty well known as like the person who created the first American flag.
I mean, Jesus was more famous after he died.
There you go.
I mean, he wasn't no one believed him when he was here.
I mean, didn't he have like disciples that believed him?
Yeah, but everyone thought they were mentally ill.
Okay.
As a result of prolonged gnat sting. Yeah, yes, something disease or whatever else reaction. So my son said, what's the idea here? Because if Ruben was untied, what could he do? Right, I should point out that he shoo it away. Shoo it away. The fact that he's tied up now, so again, the fact that he's tied up like that ultimately again results in his death. So Rashi says, Rashi says, no.
Oh, you know who became famous after they died?
Who's that, Zook?
George Floyd.
There you go. There's a good example. It's a very good example.
Vincent Van Gogh.
I think he had some. He's certainly larger today than he was when he was alive, but that's has a lot to do with mass communication. If we didn't have mass communication, you nor I would know who Vincent Van Gogh is, or was.
But George Floyd became more famous after he died.
That's absolutely right. That's an excellent example.
Well, he only became famous after he died, sorry.
That might be.
I heard they're making a George Floyd movie.
I can see that. That might be the best example of the 21st century thus far.
Who became more famous? Is there any entertainers that became famous after they died? Like someone who worked really hard in the music industry or like entertainment industry, didn't have a career, and then they just died, and people were like, "Holy shit, this guy or woman's talent." Have we ever seen that?
Yeah, I've heard of it happening, but I'm trying to think. Like, so Otis Redding was famous when he was alive, but then he ended up dying, and then he had his only number one hit. Like Buddy Holly was very famous when he was alive, but then he died in a plane crash, and then he sort of kind of became more famous. I mean,
do you know who else became famous after they died?
Who is that?
This was before George Floyd.
All right, is it the 21st? Is it
8 years before?
8 years before George Floyd?
Yeah.
8 years before George Floyd. I mean, who are you thinking?
Amanda Todd.
Who's that?
Amanda Todd?
Yeah, who's Amanda Todd?
She was like the most viral girl. She committed suicide at 16, and her video was like the most viral thing on YouTube at the time.
I don't. Okay, I mean, yeah, there you go. But I don't. That's not like a household name. George Floyd. That's a good example.
Well, everyone knows George Floyd.
Oh, for sure, no. But he's probably the biggest example of the 21st century.
So Ruben was chilling in an airtight home. The oddly shrug up and then he goes ahead and
I mean, Charlie Kirk became more famous after they died. But he was already famous.
Yeah.
What's your mother's name?
Keep that offline right there.
And it's a dangerous space being encrypted certain information.
Yeah, it's like no space. It's like 100% crypto talk.
The people that call me crypto is a fucking cyber detective, bro. So it doesn't matter. Like, what you say, you're gonna fucking find something.
Like my name is Melanie.
Rabbi,
Yeah, big dog.
if you die tomorrow, do you think you'll become more famous after your death?
It's in my bio. I mean,
I don't know.
How would you feel if you were dying, but you knew you were going to go running the next day? Would it all be worth it?
No, I would not be happy with that.
You would not be happy.
I moved back to San Antonio like about 2 years ago. I lived there for, yeah, I lived there for like a decade. Yeah, actually, you know what? That was the last time. Like, I didn't go back.
it's not like that anymore. But I mean, I've been here in Austin for 6 years now. So
Is there anyone that became more famous than George Floyd after they died?
Yeah, a lot of people.
You didn't know if it was like a dead body or
Michelangelo,
well, 6th Street is a different story.
perhaps Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, perhaps
They were already famous.
not really. I mean, like you couldn't ask someone in Asia if they knew who Michelangelo was. They wouldn't know that, but many people in Asia know who Michelangelo is now.
Alright. Who was the first globally famous
Yeah,
person?
there's a lot of different.
Probably a monarch of England.
Who was the first famous person?
I mean, how do you define fame?
John Fame? Popularity.
It just
Okay.
recently started cooling down like the end of November, and then now it's like 70s. But
Who was the first person to be famous?
pretty much all year round.
It's
That everyone knew.
not everybody knows. There isn't one person on earth that everybody knows.
It's fucking disgusting.
You think there were famous cavemen? Like the cavemen back then were like, this person's famous, everyone knows it.
No, it would be tribal and just amongst your maybe 10 or 20 people you knew.
So, when did fame first exist?
Perhaps with the invention of writing, where information could be spread, or perhaps through storytelling.
When do you think people first desired to be famous?
I think it's a natural desire that everyone at some point has desired for one reason or another.
I don't think everyone has.
Okay.
There's people who do horrible things that want their own immunity.
Okay.
Summertime, you guys have roaches. Oh my god. So disgusting. I mean, every city does, but I feel like Texas has bigger roaches. Honestly, I haven't experienced that since living here. The mosquitoes are really bad. I've never really experienced mosquitoes like that other than when I've lived here, but snakes. Oh my god, you guys want to hear a nasty ass story? I have the biggest fear of snakes in my whole life, right? Like, if there's one thing that I can't stand is snakes. My cat 2 days ago brought in a tiny ass snake into the house, and I freaked out. I did not know what to do, which is surprising because I'm like, I feel like snakes come around more in the summer, but like, I don't know how he found this, and he just brought it in the house like nothing, and I'm like, what is going on?
Dude, I would send you a game invitation, but I'm in the middle of a space. I'm trying to talk with these people.
No, he doesn't So when we let him outside, he just stays in the backyard. Like he's not like a regular cat because most cats would leave. They would like go explore around. He stays in the backyard like a dog. He's never jumped a fence. He just walks around, lays outside, and comes back inside.
Oh wow.
I know it's going to be okay. I know it's going to be okay.
He just likes to go sunbathe and get fresh air and then come back inside.
You know,
Like literally walks his cat on her feet.
That is so funny. What are you gonna say?
me and Mel, when we were in LA, we went to this basketball game, and this guy had his bagel with him, and it had like a huge like gold chain around his neck, and like it was literally like a dog, a designer dog.
I remember that.
It was right when we were walking in by all the computers.
Just tell me. It must be really hard. Or I'm so sorry.
Yoda has brought me.
Oh, was it?
I was gonna say Yoda has brought me baby birds that he likes to murder.
Yeah, so funny.
Love, because we had a chicken
Oh,
and
I'm gonna hate these pictures.
oh my god. But like, you know, Bella, like, she loves animals. She cries with us. Like, that was my other
My
dog.
God, it's sometimes you can feel like it's something.
What are we gonna say, Jules?
That's it.
Yeah.
But you can do it, right?
I'm gonna tell you why. Even though Frenchies were bred originally to taunt animals, but also to kill rats and dogs and ships, yeah.
I am the
No,
Sparkle.
I had no idea.
So because I'm only about
And they also
we
used
got
to,
this together.
yeah, there was this one famous Frenchie that he would be in the war, I think it was World War II. He was in the trenches, and he would bring cigarettes to the soldiers, the little chimney.
Not from the bar, just from the bar. Listen to this. Moving bushes shimming into a mist.
I needed more of an all reaction.
And
The
what
fuck?
happens?
I said,
But they were
I know.
together.
Just didn't even know what to do.
Just
Bill, how did you get rid of the snake when you didn't have?
I didn't get rid of it, but basically, he was so my cat was playing with it, and then the snake finally curled up into like a ball, not a ball, but like in a circular form, and I grabbed it with like a big ass napkin, like lots of them, and then I threw it outside. What else was I supposed to do? I was like, what else am I gonna do? How am I gonna get this out of my house? But it was a brown snake, which I think was just a gardener, but it was a baby one. But still, doesn't make it any better. But anyways, wait.
Like a mouse, I'll take that cat, bringing that house any day over a snake. They're disgusting.
Can I ask you guys a question? What do you guys think about genetically modifying your fetus?
Like a baby?
Like before it's born? Genetically enhancing it.
That's just crazy. Where you like pick all the traits like before they fucking develop.
That sounds not right.
If I'm like God,
I would do it.
I don't think I wouldn't either. It's just,
No, I said I would.
oh, you would?
I don't know, actually. I don't know. It's like I think about it and I'm like, then what if like it doesn't come out normal?
Yeah, I guess you got a good point. Yeah.
Like if I was guaranteed 100% that the child would not have any.
Like any kind of diseases or like.
Well, you can guarantee this because you pre-screen them for all the like the worst type of diseases like Down syndrome. 100% I would. Because why wouldn't I want my child to be super healthy? But would you genetically modify their traits, like their hair color, their height? If like, if I'm already, picking out everything else, might as well throw some designer in there, blue eyes, dark hair.
Yeah, I mean,
Why would I come back to this paper, I guess? That's exactly what they're called, designer babies. Because everyone else is going to do it, right? At like some point, everyone that has money is going to do it. And if I have the opportunity and I have the money, might as well set my kid up for success. Because let's be honest, the better looking you are, the easier it is in life.
maybe that's what I'm struggling. Shit.
You guys know who Brian Johnson is?
Don't think of that.
You guys have definitely heard of him. He's the guy that's trying to become immortal.
Oh yeah, the guy with the new girlfriend, etc. Yeah.
With the what, girlfriend?
His new girlfriend. They were doing heroes or something on Twitter.
Oh, he did. That's so cute. I'm looking at it now.
He's been all over Twitter. Yeah, what about him?
Yeah. Oh, he thinks he's gonna solve the immortality problem by 2039. If he does, would you guys want to be immortal? No. That means you have to bury every single person you love, and that's like trauma after trauma after trauma. Like, for example, like one person in your family is gonna end up burying everyone, right? Like, I would know if you guys all become that. No, what if you and your brother and your mom become immortal? But like, at what point do I get bored of life? Like, at what age am I gonna be forever? You know, like that also depends. Like, am I gonna be young, or am I like at what age do I become immortal? 2039. Okay, 2039. Yeah, like my knees are hurting, my back is broken. That's in 12. That's in what? How many years? That's in 14 years. Yeah. No, then you're not gonna fix it. I would definitely say, hell yeah, make me immortal, and then when I get bored, I end it. Like, whatever. But I would 100% end it. You stop taking the meds. You know, in Illinois, they just passed that, they passed the drug ban, hence for people that get diagnosed with, like, cancer or whatever and have 6 months. So if you have 6 months to live, you can do it. Assisted suicide? Yeah. They just approved it in Illinois. Would you do that? Like, if you found out you had cancer, God forbid, and you had 6 months of living, would you just end your life, or would you live this out now? I would just live my life. Yeah. Because that's such a horrible... No. Have you guys had people that have died from cancer? Yeah.
What the fuck kind of chill is this?
Once I reach that point, yeah, like once I'm in hospice, then I would say, yeah, end it. Because at the point you're in hospice, fuck it, you're dead. But up until that point, you're definitely like. Wait, I said I didn't know that about you. What? DM me who? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm planning on going out with a bang if that should happen, so I'll probably live stream it so guys can tune in,
Would you actually?
Oh, yeah, probably.
That's insane.
Someone make a token on it first, that way they can get rich.
Are you guys like debt tokens?
If I was going out, you might go out with a token.
Good morning, let us begin by thanking all of our sponsors for this morning.
How do you pin now? They changed everything. Go into the arrow. You have to scroll. No, this is going to be a boomer. Yeah.
What up, Miss Aquarius? What's wrong?
Fix my fix my tea, fix my tea.
Are you ready for me?
Let me tell you, I gotta tell my auntie. So this coworker of mine, he's in the department. They did the same thing, right? Tell me why. He said he didn't like it either. He said he had got a gift, right? He got a gift. He picked the gift. It had a nice, like what's the call number you hear, like a genie or something like that. He said he had a Bluetooth headphones in. How about a lady, when his coworker stole the gift from him, right? That's what kind of gift he got.
What kind of gift did he get?
A lady gift with some perfume and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a waste.
Right, that's what I was saying. I said, that's crazy. He said, yeah. I said, they need to do something with some ideas. He said, yeah, they do. He said, I'm going to be doing that no more. I said, me either. I said, that's my second one doing. I said, I ain't doing that either no more.
That's really unfortunate. What kind of tea you making?
My green tea with lemon and honey.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, so my nose and stuff can act up. I got like a little dry cough and it's getting on my nerves. I'm about to take my little medicine after I play with you and stuff. So I'm just trying to take my tea real quick.
Excellent. Well, you have an invitation. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, hold on. I will in just a minute. Make my tea and sit down and drink my tea and play with you.
Yes, ma'am.
So how was your day?
It was good. I get frustrated. I like to give people chances. I don't care who they are, what their background is. I do my best to give as many people as many chances as possible. And I go into these Twitter spaces, and sometimes people look at my profile and they're like, okay, we'll let this person up. But sometimes they look at it and they're like, I don't know this person. And I've got 2,700 followers on there. It's like, I'm not a brand new account. And they'll just be like, yeah, we're not going to let that person up. And I don't like that. I don't know if they're what it is, what I can do to get on their good list or whatever. And sometimes I feel that the behavior can be discriminatory. You're judging a book by its cover. You should just let me up, hear what I have to say. If you like it, great. If not, then don't host a space that says to allow people to share their projects. I don't like it when people don't allow. I don't like when people judge books by their covers, and I don't think that's very nice.
I'm sorry.
It happens.
Who is so hot? I thought it would cool off.
Do you make it with a kettle or do you microwave it?
I microwave it. I had to put the honey and lemon. Really gonna relax me and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't put no mint in it. Oh, that what's it called? That time traveling thing came today with the cover there. I had my hot chocolate again today.
What time traveling? What'd you say?
Yeah, it's called time traveling. They sell coffee and drinks and stuff like that. They sell coffee and stuff and like mocha, chai latte, mocha latte, hot chocolate, apple cider. It's time something. I look at my phone again. They are good. I told them keep having them come back. This one I had, I don't know they put no whipped cream on it now, but it was good. I'm gonna try something else next time. I might try some apple cider.
Well, that's cool. That's a neat name for a company.
See what it's called again. I took a picture of it the last time they came here. It is it's called Traveling Times Coffee Truck.
Well, that's cool.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And then no shot supervisor today, she gave all three of me, Marty, and Sonya tickets. So she was like, y'all can go on if y'all want to go. So it was so sweet of her. Hey, Merry Christmas to us.
Did you say that your supervisor gave you tickets?
Yeah, we get it's like you get tickets to go to like the coffee truck, like the truck and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to, but you have to have a ticket to go down. So it was she only had three, so she just came to me and Marty and Sonya.
Very well. And you've got your sleepover this weekend, right?
Yes, tomorrow. Adrian, please pray for her. She didn't feel again, but she's okay.
How'd she fall?
She said that she was going to go get her dad some Reese's. She wanted some Reese's. So she went and she said she don't know, somehow she must have missed a step or something like that. She missed a step. She missed a step or whatnot, and she just fell. And they was looking at, she was like, you need help? She said, yes, I need help. So she said, well, she said she didn't skid. It was on cement, concrete, but she didn't skid nothing. She said she fell on her leg, but she's good. She said it just was. So I got to check her before I go to bed.
Ooh, that's scary.
I said, girl, okay now. There we go. I said, girl, we need to stop doing that. But you can't help it. It's accidents. No, music, yep. It's okay. Come on, Rabbi. Ooh, you close too.
I've got a tough one here.
You know what, me and you, I disagree with, but you know what? That's what friends do, and what brothers and sisters do. That's what me and my best friend do sometimes. We have disagreements, but if you don't, you're not real family. Ain't that right, Rabbi?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm. Have you talked to that girl? Oh, that was close. I did good on that one. Have you talked to her? You know who?
Yeah. Yeah, she, she's not all right in the head. And
I don't know.
it's sad because frankly, there's not too much I can do to help someone like that. And I think she um like she'll have really good days where she's normal, and then she'll have like a blowout, and everything goes wrong. And oh, nice spare. And
Thank you.
she told me that she was in the well, so she would send me really really mean things, like incredibly mean.
Right, like she did me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like
I had blocked her already. I blocked her.
Right.
That she gets those senses, yeah.
And I just had the same message that I keep sending to her. I hope you're doing okay. I want the best for you. Just something like that. And so she'd send me something really mean, and I would just say, I hope you're doing okay. Or maybe something like, I hope things improve for you. Best wishes to you. Something like that. Like, and then she'd send me something mean again and again and again. And I would just send her the same message. And then I know I could have blocked her, but I don't really like, frankly, I really don't like blocking people. If anything, I feel like.
Well, I did.
No, I understand.
I
completely understand. Yeah, absolutely. And it's not why you would think I don't want to block people.
You don't have to.
No, I understand. Discord only allows you 1,000 friends and 1,000 blocks. And if I blocked everybody who's been mean to me on Discord for the last year or multiple years, I'd run out of 1,000. I get people who are mean to me every single day. And not only that, but this is the worst. When you block them and then let's say you're in a shared Discord with them, this huge message comes up on the Discord saying, so and so just joined the Discord.
Right, it does.
I hate that. I absolutely hate that because it's like, well, for me,
I don't care right now.
I understand for you, but for me, I have all these different
reasons. You don't finna sit up there and put God in my thing and telling me, oh, this about God, no man.
No, I understand that, but for me, I hate that message because I have so many different devices, and it shows up everywhere, and I don't want to keep clicking it.
Oh, yeah.
So I really do my best to limit how many people I block, so that I don't get that message. Well, she sent me some mean stuff, and kept sending it, and I would just be really nice in my response. And then most recently, she said that she was in a shelter, which, I understand. And then she told some woman off, and this woman socked her and like knocked her, like messed up her face. And I told her to just contact the authorities. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, and if they'll determine what happened, and then I haven't really heard from her since. And I really think that when she's in a good mental state, good spare, she can be a very nice person. And when she goes off, she goes way off.
Good, straight. There
Thank you.
Go. Good job.
And when she goes way off, she cannot be around people. She's extremely mean. And I've never really encountered anybody like that before. I mean, frankly, most of the people, thankfully, who I've ever been around in my life have been really solid individuals, and they don't do that kind of stuff. So, I haven't heard from her. Oh, that was earlier this month. She sent that, and oh no, I knew I missed that. And I hope the best for her, just like I sent in that message. And get it. I think it's really hard for someone like her. Really, really hard because she could get a job and she's had them before. Well, you got one. And that's great. And she could have a job for 2 or 3 months, and that's good. But she just has one of those blowouts, and you can't work in customer service like that. You can't have coworkers like that. And so with that kind of situation, it's really unfortunate. I win, you win, Miss Aquarius. You and I win.
Yay, good job.
Thank you.
Rabbi.
Undefeated
You
at
win,
bowling,
I win.
undefeated at friendship. So, and she's got this,
Undefeated in bowling. Yeah.
and she's got this baby daddy who, um, I just, I don't get involved in that situation, but it seems like, I don't know if, I don't think he's maybe that good of an influence on her. And, but I don't know what would be. It's like, if you're going to have somebody and over the course of 30 days in a month, one of the days she's just going to blow up. I don't know what you do with someone like that. I really wish there were like care centers or something that she could go to, and I don't know if a shelter is the best place, but at least it gets her off the street. So I don't know. I don't really get involved with her. When she comes in here, I think she's muted, and
yeah, I have lots of stuff she do. I don't see her. I don't, I see her, and it might pop up and say that, but I blocked her for a reason. And see, she did because she was never like that when I first met her. You know that, right?
She was really nice. She was really, really
but
nice.
I just don't understand it. I don't understand. I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know because you're not giving her no attention. What is it? I don't know. Like she never been like that.
Absolutely, she's really, really. She was really, really nice, and then that's just
yeah.
That's what happened.
It's okay. So I still always be cool with her, but right now I've got a block for me. I could cut down, but I wanted to block her because of the messages. I don't want her hitting me up with that type of messages.
Yeah, no, I understand
because you're mad. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to talk to her. Like, okay, well, you can talk to him.
Right, come on.
You gotta do all that. I don't have time for that. So if you get back to her mind back, then I don't block her. Other than that, nope, I don't want her hitting me with no messages. Being disrespectful. So that's why I block her. And I'm gonna keep her blocked until something changes.
Yeah, I think it's probably your best bet.
Yeah. But I know the message you're talking about because I do it on Cheerbar, but I only do it because if it just either I started when they do the music or they make all these noise, I just cut them down. But if they are going to be disrespectful, calling me a B or calling a woman a B by saying the N word, then I mute them.
Word, I understand that.
And I put it in my notes. I put it down there in the notes so I know why I turned them down or why I muted them.
Right, I do.
I don't block nobody. I really don't block nobody unless they really disrespect in my inbox or something. She's the only one I'm in block.
I understand that.
But I have blocked some people because they were real nice. Chill, bro. Other than that, you're not gonna come in my inbox and talking reckless or disrespectful. No, you're not. Especially not those my Jesus. My Jesus love me. I'm a child of God. You're not gonna do that. That's what she needs. She needs some Jesus in
her. I don't even think that.
She needs something. She needs some kind of miracle.
Well, here's the thing. 29 days out of the month, that person could be fine, but she has one of those blow-ups that she can't control, and it's over.
Keep praying for us. You're still a good friend, man. So, hey, just have to ignore it. You'll get the drift sooner or later. Now, has Puppy been in here? Puppy Gia?
Yeah, she was in here 2 days ago. She asked me to be her. She asked me to be her Discord husband. I'm like, what does that mean? And she's like,
What?
will you go into a Discord and just like kind of act like I'm like, we're not married, and so I don't know what you mean by that. And she's like,
Discord husband is to be just for husband on here.
yeah, I think I don't know, just that she would perhaps like allow me to like so she didn't look like she was alone or something. I don't know. So I went into this space and the people in there were pretty nice and I just listened to them talk and then I left because um that wasn't really my audience. I don't really that's she's a nice person. Sometimes she gets into got or like I get it. She needs guys to make money for her or whatever, and she's never asked me for that.
Yeah, she's the e-girl, right?
Yeah, she's never asked me for that. We've always been just friends. But
Right.
but the guys who like pay her or whatever, they're maybe they get too close to her or something, and that's why she wanted to have another guy there or something. But I can say,
what are e-girls, Rabbi? Are e-girls on here or are they like in real life?
yeah, I'll explain that in a second. She did
Okay,
meet.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're absolutely fine. She did say that she met somebody, which I think is really great because, um, I think that I want everybody to find love, and so she was talking about maybe meeting with this person next week or something, and so I hope she finds what she's looking for. I did tell her, and I would say this to you as well. If you, I was like, so how long have you known this guy? And she's like, 2 months, but we didn't talk for like 3 weeks in the middle there, and then we fought a couple times, and he uses, he used to use like racial slurs, but he doesn't as much anymore, and he's starting to move away from that. I'm like, I just straight up told her you could do better than this guy. like, I mean, I want you to be like this person doesn't use racial slurs and doesn't like people who do, and like that kind of a deal. She's like, well, he's starting to cut back on it and things like that. So okay, whatever. But he's hopefully that all works out for her. Okay, so what's an e-girl? Miss Aquarius, this is a great question that I had as well. I didn't know. I truthfully didn't know. Is it someone who's a gamer? Is it someone who is like a OnlyFans model? What is it? And it's basically
they have it on here.
It's basically just a person, usually a woman, obviously, who is on camera, but doesn't necessarily have to be naked. Can be fully clothed. Could be a gamer. Could be someone who's just a commenter. Could be someone who has a podcast, or it could be sexual. But it just basically a girl likes to be on camera, or doesn't even like to be, but a girl spends a lot of time on camera. Usually, it doesn't have to be always on camera though. You could, I guess, just do your voice or whatever. But I think it's just a term that people use for for women who enjoy being in, or maybe they don't even enjoy it, but they're on the internet a lot. And usually, if you were to ask me what's an e-girl, what do I think an e-girl is? It's usually a streamer who likes to play games, but it can be other things like that. It could just be someone who likes the game, but that's usually a gamer girl. And if they don't game and they just talk on stream, that could be considered an e-girl, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to have adult connotations, but it can, and that's kind of what I've just discovered that an e-girl is. And before I'm gonna look up the the formal definition of it because Okay, an e-girl. It's a It's a. It's a subculture that.
Discord servers.
It's a subculture that emerged in the late 2010s, notably popularized by the video sharing application TikTok and the evolution of emo scene and mall goth fashion combined with Japanese and South Korean street fashion. Videos by e-girls and e-boys tend to be flirtatious and many times overtly sexual, but they don't have to be. Eye rolling and protruding tongues, a facial expression known as a hago, imitating uh, just adult things, we'll say, are common. According to Business Insider, the terms are not gender specific, instead referring to two separate styles of fashion, stating that while the e-boy is vulnerable soft boy and embraces skate culture, the e-girl is cute and seemingly innocent. Now, I kind of disagree with that, with some of that. Maybe that's one kind, but I mean, I see girls who play games all the time, and I would refer to them as e-girls. They're like girls who use electronics. That's the e part of it. But I guess there's like a whole subculture too that I'm sure is a thing. But I see these people all the time as streamers, and I'm in that e-girl world. I don't talk to people in there, but they're it's
What
it's
do they be doing?
usually they are chatting, and when a girl goes in there, they try to flirt with her, and there I'll tell you what, there are barely any girls in there, but there are like hundreds of thousands of people who are um in that server. And that's the only reason why I'm in that server, is because there are just huge amounts of people in there, and they generally I have spoken in there in the last year. I've spoken in there maybe twice, and that's only because Puppy Girl asked me to, and they just had questions for me like, "Hey, why is your camera always on?" And I tell people, I give people a portal into my life. If you are an adult, you feel free to join my Discord, but I don't want to speak with minors, so that's why I don't have my microphone in here. And they're like, "Okay, I mean that makes sense." And so they've generally been pretty nice to me. Though I get some mean people who just I don't. I try not to let them bother me, but at least every day I check my messages, and I either have somebody who's mean to me on YouTube or on Twitter or on Discord every day. But it happens so often that it's just kind of part of life. I get that. The overwhelming amount of people with whom I have interactions online are really, really great. They're really nice. They're really kind, and we get along really well. It's just that the bad seeds, or whatever you want to consider it, those are the ones who can cause some issues. So yeah, that's what's going on.
Okay. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I didn't never want to go to that e-class. I don't even know what this is. I would never go in.
Yeah, I don't think you'd like it. In fact, you would. You don't want to talk with kids, like you said. You wish you could change it so that you could change the age. Yeah, exactly. And I'm with you. I wish I could change the age to 18. Pardon me, not 18, 21 at least, but even older to some extent. I have like a theory that, like, if we can't go to a bar together, I don't want to talk with you. But I guess are if they are gonna allow people 18, okay, that's fine, but certainly no one lower. And I get people who all the time, like, they'll send me a message to join a server, and I'll send them a message back. But in all the messages that I send back to them are like almost generally 99% of all of them. I might have missed one here or there, especially in the beginning, but I say, please only join if you're an adult. And there are a lot of people who just blow past that message and still at least try to join here. But I do have it on the setting that you have to be 18. I had a friend of mine who came in yesterday from Australia, and they had to do, not Zoot, somebody else, they had to do age verification. And it's just like one of those things that the world is moving more towards age verification. I think that destroys a lot of the anonymity of the internet, which It's for good and bad. I mean, it just depends what you want. But in terms of like the culture that's online, I don't understand why a website would want to have adults who can talk to children. I don't understand why that's like a setting. I don't understand. Like once you put in your age and it's over 18, it should only allow you to discuss things with 18-year-olds. I but I get it if you're 19 years old and you want to talk with a 17-year-old. I get that. I get how that's close, but I'm I'm a week away from being 40 years old. I don't want to have any interactions with basically anybody who's not at least half my age.
That's right. That's what I said on my thing. You gotta be 34 and plus married friends. So people be on their chill like, I'm 20. I said, well, I don't get too many. I got too many, a few that's in their 20s.
And that's
So,
understandable if they're nice. And
yeah, that's it. But I'm
yeah,
not doing no more. I got nothing in my circle. That's it. No.
I've gotten people in here.
That's it.
This
And they mature too.
this happened. I get people in here. They'll come. I'll say to them, "How old are you?" And they'll say, uh, um, "I turn 18 tomorrow." And I'll say, "Come back tomorrow." And they're like, "Wait. Can you just tell me what you do?" And if it's gonna be like a 1 minute shill, okay, here's what I do. Come back tomorrow if you want to be my friend. And they'll come back, if they're interested or whatever. But then I get people who come in here, and this is such a like. I ask, "How old are you?" And 18. I wasn't born yesterday. I was a young person as well. And what age did I always say I was when I wasn't? 18. Why? Because that's the youngest age at which you can pass. If somebody comes in here and they're like, "I'm 23," okay, I believe you. Like that's a random number. Everybody comes in, I'm 18. So then this is what I do to them, Miss Aquarius. I say, okay, if you're 18, real quick, what year were you born? And if they have to do math, then I know they're not 18. But if they're like, I had one person. This girl was so funny. She's like, I was born in 2007, uh, and I was like, was it the beginning of the year or the end of the year? And she's like, it was January 24th, 2007. And I was like, wow, that really does make you 18 years old. She's like, yeah, I just turned 18 years old. It's like, oh, okay, well, but then I'll get some people who I'm like, okay, you're 18 years old. They're like, yeah.
So that is after me. Okay.
There you go. I'll be like, in what year were you what year were you born? And they're like, 2011. I'm like, yeah, you're not 18. Get out of here. I might.
And that's how I was telling Doja. I told Doja, I want to make one. He's like, nah, it's too much. Well, I said, no, everybody told me. I just been playing with you. I don't want one. I said, just a lot of abandoned servers on here. And I know that back in the day, it used to be popping, though. Like, before the pandemic, it used to be popping. I understand it. I wish you could turn back the heads of time when we came.
On Discord? Discord used to be popping?
No, that's what they said. Way before Gojo, he was on here way before pandemic, he said.
Oh, wow. I didn't use it until, like, the pandemic. And even when I did, I found it so difficult to use. It was very confusing to me. I mean, like when you first create an account, if you haven't joined a server, it's just blank, and you're like, what kind of app is this? And then it's like, okay, do I have to create my own server? You create your own server, no one joins. You're like, I don't understand this. Only like maybe, I don't know,